What's up, everybody? It's Rashid and Christian here, back with another banger episode of the Fourth Entrepreneur Podcast. So today's episode, we got a lot to talk about. First thing I want to discuss is just what we all been up to and everything like that. So with me, right now I'm getting into cutting hair, so I'm gonna take that seriously. I'm also getting into a shop to be cutting hair, so that's gonna be really cool and everything like that. Thinking of ways to scale this business up. Every business venture I try to take on, I try to find a way to scale it, because the one thing about haircutting is kind of hands-on, I will say that, and it's kind of a cap on how much money you can make. I think the most I've seen people make is probably 100, but that's like if you offering a lot of services and all that, because you can upsell a lot of stuff in that too. But I know he was throwing an idea at me about maybe doing like a mobile one. I said that's something that ain't been in the city yet, so I think that'd be pretty cool. Maybe get a van, deck it out and all that kind of stuff, and turn that into something big, or even just getting a barbershop and just charge for the booth rent and all that. So there's a lot of things I'm working on with that. Also, we got our Turo business. Right now we're actually on the way to Tennessee now to go pick up a car. You want to talk about that?
Yeah. So the car, they got it listed for $6,999, so right at $7,000, and it's got 61,000 miles on it. It's a 2014 Nissan Note. And what we did is, instead of us all doing Turo individually, Rashid and I and our two other business partners, Tony and Kira, we actually got money from an investor. We're paying them 5.5% interest, and we're using that to buy cars cash. And our financing cost is 5.5% instead of financing through the bank, which right now would be 8 to 10%. So we're just going to buy probably like 5 cars cash to start off. And then after that, we're going to go on Turo, and they have business financing on Turo to where we can finance like 5 cars at a time. Our goal is to put all the profits back into the cars after expenses. And then from there, we should have in about 3 to 4 years, we should have 32 cars, and we should each be netting, after all expenses, between all of us about $1,500 a month. That's in about 3 years, actually. We should be able to get about $1,500 a month net. So super excited for that. Today we're just going to be doing a conversation. We got an hour drive, so we're just going to talk about business, life. We were just talking about vices, how you can have it all going for you, but if you have a vice, it can really mess you up. I don't know if I said this or not before, but it takes, Warren Buffett said it like this: it takes 20 years to build a good reputation and 20 minutes to ruin your reputation. So you want to speak on that a little bit?
Yeah. So with vices, the thing is, this is one thing I do want to mention to y'all too. Like the thing is, everybody talks about, get rich, but the thing is, self-improvement ties a lot into getting rich, because you see all these people going down for these heinous stuff. Like you got people like the diddler,
the diddler,
man, like going down for all that crazy kind of stuff. And like I said, the average person will be like, well, if he got all that money, what's the reason that he'll do that? Because it's like, the thing is, you get rid of one problem and you replace it with another, and that's what most people tend to do.
Yeah.
Like for example, when you're broke, your main thing is just focus on, how I'm gonna pay bills, this and that. I need to get more money. But once you get more money, if you ain't done no self-development, you find something else to just worry about all the time. So some people, they worry about girls all the time. They just buy a whole bunch of hookers and they catch AIDS or STDs or something like that. Or you got people that, just do heinous stuff or drugs and stuff like that. You see a lot of people overdosing on fentanyl. Fentanyl is a bad problem right now in society. Yeah. And a lot of people are just taking pills and stuff like that, and I don't know, in my mind, I think why do that? And you got all that money, but I starting to understand it. It's just it's the ignorance tax that you didn't work on your self-development. That's the thing. That's why I tell people, especially younger people, y'all need to be in the Bible more. Just have a moral compass to go by, because like I said, you just let the world control you. If you got money, you're gonna just do everything, bro.
Yeah.
You wanna speak on that too?
Yeah. So what do you think is, let me say it like this. First of all, I'm gonna tell you what I think about it, then I'm gonna ask you what you think. So I think the best way to solve the problem of boredom, once you're succeeding, or first world problems, I like to say, is service. I actually had this happen the other day. I just got back from vacation. I was in Puerto Rico. It was a great time, and I've got a lot of my business on autopilot right now. And I was like, okay, what do I do? You know, I've got all this stuff's like rolling, and I got a lot of momentum, and it's like, I kind of fell into a little bit of a slump that day, and then I was like, okay, let me stop thinking about myself. So I actually went online, and there's a volunteer charity group right here called Downtown Rescue Mission, and they do service for the homeless. And it's like, if you're ever just like worrying about yourself like constantly, you're going to be unhappy. You gotta look to service. So I want to ask you, Rashid, what would be your advice to a young man that feels like they're in a mental rut?
Oh, yeah, you're in a mental rut. Like, the thing is, like, and it happens. Like, that's the thing. Like, we all going to experience some emotions, y'all. I'm going to tell y'all that. Like, as a man, like, we're going to go through it no matter if you're successful, unsuccessful. You're going to go through it. And the main thing I can say, if you are in a mental rut, like I said, the first thing is getting the Bible and all that. But also, just surround yourself by some good people. That's going to be the main thing. You surround yourself by some good people, that gets you out of the mental rut easily. Start if you're like a homebody, you don't like to talk to people like that for real. You need to go out there and start hanging with some friends and stuff like that. So you don't got to spend money all the time. Tell people that too. Some people be like, man, I don't want to spend all the money. I was like, cool. Like, buy them to your house, play the game sometimes. Like it's stuff you can do. Go for a run or something like that. Go to the gym.
Fitness is a good one.
Fitness is a good thing that can get you out of a mental rut. Like it's a thing. Read a lot, stuff like that to get you out of a mental rut. What works for me for real is, like I said, getting out there, working out, being surrounding myself around good people. That's been the main thing for real. Cause like I said, even if I'm in a mental rut, me being around good people that are in good spirits, that lifts me up. So what would you say also as well?
Yeah, definitely fitness. I would say like just reframing your problems. If you think about most of the things that we're upset with on a daily basis, it's first world problems. You heard of that before? First world
problems, yeah.
Yeah, so there's first world problems, there's second world problems, there's third world problems. And where that phrase comes from is, there's first world countries, United States, Canada, France, a lot of European countries, Japan, South Korea. Then there's second world countries, Mexico, Brazil, a lot of places in Latin America, some places in the Middle East, some places in Asia. There's third world countries, like a lot of places in Africa, some places in Southeast Asia, and even you got like third world regions, right? So it goes on a scale of quality of life. So people with a high quality of life tend to worry about first world problems. And this is where it gets tricky. So a millionaire that gets cut off in traffic and wrecks their Lamborghini, but they're not hurt, it's just a minor inconvenience for them, they can get in just as bad as a mood and upset as the mom who doesn't know where she's going to get her next meal with 3 kids. Like, that's the thing about the human condition, is it's a spectrum. Someone that's very upset that has a lot of money is going to feel just as upset as someone that doesn't have a lot of money. So you just have to put things in perspective. And my whole point with that is, even if you've got it all made, you can feel like the world is ending for you just as much as somebody who doesn't have it made. So you just have to keep things into perspective and realize that everything's okay if you live in America. If you live in one of these countries where you don't got to worry about your next meal.
Yeah, what I'm saying, you ain't got to worry about your next meal. You ain't got to worry about none of that. Like I said, some people, they worried about that, worried about what clothes they're going to wear today, worried about, like, imagine you staying over there, like, somewhere in these, like, Philippines and stuff like that, where you're barely making anything. Like, over here, this first world problem. But the thing is, over here, we got all the access to the wrong thing. And I know modern culture is the wrong thing. So like I said, you kind of got to just, I said, do some, like I said, you got to do a lot. I did a lot of research and stuff and on all these kind of topics and all that. And it just led me down, like, watching a lot of videos stuff, and it just taught me, like, it's just not worth it. And then you realize most of that stuff, once you realize that, the quicker you realize that it doesn't, like, it's an endless pit. Like, if the more you do that stuff, you'll constantly crave it. That's like if you got a problem with, like, just wanting a lot of sex, you're gonna constantly crave that, and it's gonna realize it's a bottomless pit. It's like you can find the most beautiful woman, you'll still, after that, you'll still want more. So it's like, at some point, you're gonna be like, is this really worth my time to even invest? Even drugs. It's like, you get that one high, then you feel, and then you're gonna keep chasing that one high, but you're never gonna get it.
It'll never be
like that first high. It's never gonna be like that. So it's like, at that point, that's what I said, surround yourself by great people. That's the main thing I did. Surround myself with great people that's on a great path. You know, get out there, do some fitness stuff and all that, and you know, just try to better yourself, because like don't do what 90% of people doing. And like I said, self-improvement and mental health is one of the biggest things that's overlooked. I say definitely mental health, especially for men.
Mm-hmm.
Men's mental health is overlooked right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was talking to Mackenzie the other day, and I was thinking, and I just thought out loud, I was like, unfortunately, a man is loved in proportion to his usefulness.
Yeah.
So think about it like this, because we had just got done watching Taken, and in the movie, for y'all who haven't seen the movie, he lets his 17-year-old daughter go to Paris. She gets abducted, and this is a spoiler alert. Skip this if you want to watch it. She gets abducted and she gets put into sex trafficking. He goes and he rescues her. You know, the mom, super rude to the mom. They're divorced, super rude to him before. She's like, just let her go and all this stuff. He's reluctant. She finally lets him go. The divorced mom treats him like crap. The divorced mom has a new husband who's rich and all this shit, and like he tries to make the other guy feel like crap. So the Taken guy, Liam Neeson, he's an ex-military specialist, like a special ops guy. He's living on his own, single. He moved to be closer to his daughter. These guys take his daughter. He goes out there and goes on some badass CIA shit and like rescues his daughter, and everyone loves him. They're like, thank you so much and everything like that. But right after that, at the end of the movie, he pretty much just gets put back on the shelf. They don't need him no more. You know, so think about it like this, you know, there's military guys that go out and they defend the country and everything from bad guys, and they come back home and they just get put back on the shelf. So that's kind of like men. So men are unfortunately loved in direct proportion to their usefulness. So it's like, think about like women. Women will love men more depending on how useful they are to them. If you're not useful to a woman, they're probably not going to love you, unfortunately, unless it's your mama.
Yeah, that's your mama. Mama's always gonna love you.
Yeah, facts. But your wife ain't your mama. Your girlfriend ain't your mama.
Nah.
Yeah, unfortunately, unconditional love does not apply to marriage.
No,
Ain't that a shame?
That is a shame. But
God is the only one who can truly love you unconditionally. Because think about it, our love with our partners is so conditional. I'll love you if you wash the dishes. I'll love you if you make a good dinner. Man, if your wife stops making dinner, she gains 300 pounds, she stops looking good, she stops doing all the things that you love her for, that's also a useful thing. You know, like, women are also loved in proportion to their usefulness. But let's be real, a woman's looks applies a lot more to how much you love them. A man could be ugly, but if he's useful,
oh yeah, if he's useful, yeah, he's gonna be all right.
He's gonna be all right. You're gonna have him, daddy.
That's all. And like I say, even if you're ugly, if you're useful, shit might be all right. So it's like, I don't know.
And that's tough for men, because think about the men out there that aren't useful.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
let's be real. What makes a man useful? What do you think?
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Resources, one of them.
Resources. And by that, he means money.
Money. Yeah, I'll be real with y'all. Like, it's crazy how society got in 2024 now, but that's kind of where it's coming down to. You know, so you got to be in shape and all that too, but resources and what you can do. If you're an adult man, resources.
Bro, it's crazy. Have you seen some of the interviews? It's like what these young, attractive women want from a man now.
Yeah.
You know, he got to be 6'3".
Make at least 100K.
He got to make 100K.
But somebody broke it down to him, though. They said statistics of that's kind of rare.
That's like, what, 1%?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Crazy?
It's pretty rare to have find that. And then it's like, okay, the problem I only have with that is like what self-improvement do you do to deserve?
Let's be a 250-pound woman.
To deserve that. But it's like, everybody just feels like that nowadays. So it's like, the average man is kind of in a bind right now because he doesn't know. He has to. He's up against, and it's weird, like, cause that, and it's like the guy gonna say the game's harder, but it's like the men with all the resources get all the stuff they
It's
want.
skewed.
It's skewed. It's the people at the top win.
And that's why you got to play a different game.
No, you got to play a different game.
You can't play their game, bro. That's what we learned in Miami.
No, you can't play that game because you trying to look like it, but you're not that. That doesn't work. That doesn't work.
And a lot of those guys ain't real happy.
And they're not real.
That's
happy.
not real happiness.
No, it's not real happiness.
They're gonna figure it out one day.
They'll figure out one day when they get about 30 something or 40 and go, oh man, well I wasted my 20s just playing around with all this stuff. But like, I think that's one, like I said, that's one of the worst things you could do while you're just young, is try to play that game that they're playing, because the game they're playing, you're gonna be broke in the end. Like, you don't have the resources to pull what they doing,
Right.
so you're just trying to act like it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I tell like all young men is just be yourself.
Yeah.
Like, that's gonna get you farther ahead. And also, people can smell ambition on you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you, like, that's one thing I learned in my life. Like,
Yeah.
it don't matter if you can find a good girl just by being a hardworking man.
Facts.
Like, if you're hardworking and they can tell, okay, this guy's gonna be something, I think he'll be a great long-term partner. That's how it easily works. Like, it's just like, not like, I like the internet for what it's used for, but at the same time, the internet screws up a lot of stuff. And then like I said, rap culture messed that up too sometimes. Like, all the entertainment culture, because they just make it look like, oh yeah, because like, it'll fill people's heads up on both sides. It'll fill the girls' head up to think like, yeah, they need a 6'3" millionaire. They deserve that off the rip. They have done no work, having held no job, been working at McDonald's and stuff like that. They feel like they need a millionaire that's 6'3", driving a Lamborghini or Corvette or something like that.
Yeah.
They feel like that. The men feel like they need a lot of money to compete with anything. They need at least a Lambo or Hellcat or something to be in the running for getting women and stuff. No, it's not like that. And I don't want nobody. It's like I say, it's a little different now, but I don't want y'all to feel like that is the end all be all. I promise you, if y'all got ambition and y'all trying to start business and stuff like that, and y'all are entrepreneurs, y'all watch this podcast, y'all are, so y'all wouldn't have no problem with getting a nice girl. I promise you would. Just be yourself.
Be yourself.
That's the main thing. Do not try to be somebody else, because you try to be somebody else that doesn't work in the long run.
You attract the wrong type.
You attract the wrong type of person, and once they realize who you really is, they're gone.
Yep.
Easy day. So like, do you really want to deal with that and waste your time? You actually start liking somebody and turn around and they realize, oh, you're not a street dude like I wanted. Bye.
I've been there before.
Yeah, everybody.
I had a girl my senior year break up with me because I was too nice.
That's what I'm saying. So,
I think I met her at a party or something like that, and it's like, yeah, what do you expect, dude? Like
that's the thing too. Once you, it takes time. But I'm telling everybody, just take that one time that you get done dirty, that you realize everything. Okay, every man, every man, no matter if you're broke, rich,
they have their
y'all go through that same story. Y'all get rejected by that one person, but it's either two things you can do at that point though. It's either A, you become a good stand-up citizen, you learn from it, you learn, okay, well, this is what I need to do. I just need to make sure I stop going to those places that attract those kind of people. Or you could be like, I'm going on a villain arc, and like anime villain arc, you start going crazy.
Start calling all women crap. Then
you go red pill.
Oh god, those guys are the worst.
And that's why the red pill died down. You see it died down now. People ain't talking about them guys no more.
Their hero got the head got cut off the snake. Tate.
Yeah, Tate. Yeah, when he got arrested,
Tate is the end path. What happens if you do that?
That's what I'm saying. So like, that's what I want to tell you guys. Like now, like okay, it looked cool when we seen him pop out in 2022 and all that. It looked cool, but once they say, okay, well, yeah, you getting arrested for all this kind of stuff. Does it look good then? Does it look good? Does all of them having 10, 20 different women, does that really make sense?
Is it worth your freedom and your peace of mind?
Because it takes one person that goes on there and says, you did something to them and they didn't like what you did. You know how easy the system is against men. Yeah. If they have a girl to just call them. There's no offense to women or nothing like that, but this is how it is. A woman could call the police, say you're doing something, even if you haven't done it, they're gonna go get you real quick. Oh, but of course you're gonna try and stuff. Yeah, especially if you're black. So it's like, why even take that risk? Like, that's a big risk you taking on. Then, like I said, on top of the STDs and all that kind of stuff you get, but like dealing with all these kind of women like that, like, and it's not, and like, you don't really find. I don't think none of the women will be really good women, because like, you can only get those. Like, ain't no way he's dating like those people like that are dating they're dating people that are broke most of the time, that just want money. Like, I ain't gonna say like some of them like you cool, but at the same time it's like those people come from low income places. They don't have no smarts to them or nothing like that.
They're the girl that goes to church. They're
the girl that goes to church.
If you're a young man and you're single, a good woman, you're gonna find her either at church or she goes to church. She don't got to go to your church.
Yeah. Or doing a hobby that you like too, like
a hobby, rock climbing, working out, something like that.
Yeah, stuff like that. That's where you'll find a good partner at, guys. Like,
you want to talk about some green flags for a person that you're looking for?
Yeah,
I'd say a green flag. Obviously, she's going to church.
Yeah,
she's fit. Yeah, like she's at least trying, making an effort. Because let's be real, it's harder for women to stay fit.
Yeah, it's harder.
Naturally, women keep on more weight biologically because of so they can bear children. But yeah, those are my two biggest things. I care about their health and their spirituality.
Yeah.
Mind and body.
Mind and
Two
body.
biggest things right there.
Yeah.
And then a family woman too.
Family woman
Like,
too, yeah.
if you want kids, but your woman don't want kids,
Mhm.
what the heck? That's ridiculous.
And like, but it's crazy because like people deal with those kind of situations because they like the person.
Yeah,
But
that's
they're
low
trying
value.
they're trying to be blind.
Yeah.
Like that's the
Facts.
thing. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell y'all this. Like, it's so many people out here. Like the best thing I can tell y'all on that. Like, and I ain't really just trying to go into being a relationship coach out here and nothing like that. But at the same time, I want to tell you, y'all just got to make sure that y'all have y'all non-negotiables. And if somebody doesn't meet those qualities, like if you want kids, somebody else don't want to have kids, that ain't nobody you should be with.
That's a non-negotiable.
Yeah, because even if you feel like, man, I'll change them, but what if you don't? Then you call a situation you in love with her, and then you're gonna either accept that you ain't gonna have no kids. Like it's stuff like that. Or if you don't like a girl that goes to the club all the time,
Yeah.
and if she's doing that, but you're like, oh, but I like her, she's kind of hot.
Yeah.
No, that's stupid.
Well, faith too. So like,
Yeah.
you know, there's plenty of Christians that'll date somebody and they'll be a different religion.
Mhm.
And, you know, I'll change them. They'll come around. I'll pray for them.
No,
Probably not.
Probably not.
I think there's
That's
actually a verse in the Bible that talks about being unequally yoked.
Mhm.
Not supposed, and what they mean by that is if you're a follower of God and you try and your partner is not, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah, so like that's the main thing for young men. Just make sure y'all be yourself. That's gonna be the main thing. Be yourself. Have standards. I'm gonna tell you that you have standards, but I will tell you this: you got to go out there and experience some stuff too, because you don't learn this stuff by experience. We can tell you this all day, but until you go out there, don't be afraid of heartbreak. It's coming.
Yeah, go take some L's.
Yeah. It's gonna come. I promise you. But what you do, like one thing I did learn is like with the heartbreak and the sadness and stuff, it's all what you do with it. Energy cannot be destroyed; it can only be transferred.
I like
So what you can do is, if you are heartbroken, go hit the gym all the time. Go get in shape. Go read a lot. Transfer that energy somewhere else. Put it into something better. Go start hanging out with your friends more. Like don't allow yourself to just be down. And like the longer you be down, it's like think about it, like once if you get broken up with, most people be like they be motivated to go find another girl.
Yeah.
But instead of taking that motivation for trying to find another girl, why don't you go send some cold emails out or something?
Yeah.
You know what
And
I'm
then
saying?
using that motivation to work out and become a better person, that'll actually help you get a better woman later down the road.
That's what I'm saying.
In the book Think and Grow Rich, they actually call that concept transmutation, where you take energy and then you put it into a different thing. So like, for example, if like you're always like lusting after women and like going for all these different types of women and stuff, you can actually take that energy and you could put that towards personal development, working out, working hard on your business and staying busy, on yourself, working on yourself and serving others too.
Yeah.
And the quality of the type of woman that you get is actually going to improve. Every ounce of energy that you put into yourself and serving others and becoming a better person is going to increase the type of woman that you'll eventually get.
Like you said, also go down there and like also do some charity stuff too.
Yeah.
Get in front of some people, they'll show you like, man, the problems that I was really dealing with, that ain't nothing. These people out here ain't eating.
Yeah,
I'm talking about a girl.
No one likes a complainer.
That's what I'm saying.
The number one key to success is attitude.
Yeah.
You know,
That's how you handle situations too. Like definitely like, or even if I tell people don't beg nobody. If they finna leave, let them go. If they go, I mean, what you do is you go put your head down, you go do that work.
Yep.
And then when they see you come up, you finna get married and stuff like that, they're gonna be like, dang, I wish I was okay. Like that's how that works.
Success is the best revenge.
Success is the best revenge. Don't be on no revenge. Oh yeah, I'm gonna make her feel me. No, don't do that. But no, definitely go get that success. Like I said, don't do it out of spite, but just go get some success and do what you're gonna do. And like all the stuff you actually want to do in your life, go get that handled. Then, like I said, all the people that were talking about you or saying stuff, they'll see your success and they'll be like, wow, maybe I wish I should have stayed around this person. Because, like, I don't really care. Like, if you lose friends, relationships, all that kind of stuff. And it happens. I think a lot of y'all happens. It definitely happens. Like, even friends, you'll lose a friend that you don't want to lose. But, I mean, it is what it is. Some people just know your path. And once you realize that, the quicker you realize that, only start hanging around people that align with your paths and all that, you'll be okay.
That's facts. Yeah. It's really all about attitude. There's a really good audio called The Winning Attitude by Earl Nightingale. And one thing he talks about is there was this guy who started restaurants, famous restaurant owner, And somebody asked him, when did you become successful? And he said, I was successful when I was sleeping on park benches. Because he carried himself like a success. So think about, if you treat yourself like a successful person, you carry yourself successfully, other people will treat you as a success. And I think the entire book, if you are interested in, the winning attitude, which is the key to success, the book is called The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. And the strangest secret is really just carrying yourself like the person that you want to become is the key to becoming that person.
Facts.
Treating other people like the most important person in the world, because to everybody else, they are the most important person in the world. Treating people with respect first instead of expecting respect. That's another concept in the book. Another concept was you being the change that you want to see. Gandhi talks about that a little bit, but instead of expecting the world to change and conform to like your expectations, you changing, and maybe if you're not getting where you want to go, maybe I need to change. Being humble, not thinking that everybody else is wrong, maybe just accepting that you don't know everything and just asking questions and staying hungry. It's a really good book. But we got like 44 minutes left. So like I said, we're just going to kind of record our conversation. So I guess we can kind of talk about like game plan and finances like we were talking about earlier. My whole thing right now is building cash flow, and a really good way to do that is pay off existing debt. So I have a lot of investment debt and business debt, so like real estate, houses and things like that, because I haven't bought my houses with cash. I've borrowed money from the bank and private investors for my real estate ventures. So my thing right now is I'm gonna pay off my business credit card first. After that, I'm gonna pay off my vehicles that I use for like Turo, and then a couple personal vehicles, my wife's vehicle. Then number 3, we'll pay off my houses. And then Rashid, you said you're gonna do a credit card, and then
credit cards and cars, and after that, we'll start getting some real estate as well too. Because one thing I do want to mention on here too is like something I learned like about cars and stuff too. This is just sauce. Comparable car credit is a thing. You can't max out your DTI too while you're doing this though. But the reason why some of y'all can't get approved for like certain cars are like, for example, like if you had no car, you try to get a $50,000 car, if you got good credit, Marley's gonna tell you no, because they're gonna, unless you make a lot of income. But they're gonna be like, well, you haven't had a car that's an expensive car. They're like, okay, well, you haven't had no car on your credit, so why should I give you a $50,000 car? So like comparable car credit works like, say for example, you had a car that was, let's say 15, and you pay that off. Then next time you come back, you can double it and get something like 30 or 40 or something like that. If you get a 30,000, pay it off, let you get something for 60. Then you get a 60,000, pay it off, and might let you get something for 100. You can keep going. That's how you can even scale it to like larger cars like Lambos and stuff like that. You can get Lambos on credit. You just gotta have a good amount of comparable car credit. You need to at least have $100,000 car on there, pay it off before they let you get it though. But it's ways to do it like that. So my whole thing with generating cash flow is like, now, like I said, I'm trying to pay all my credit cards off, pay my cars off. I'm starting business ventures that gonna allow me to do that. Like I said, cutting hair, that's gonna be a pretty good business. We're making like $30. So I'm starting with 30, but I'm working my way up to 50 probably a cut, because I know some people in the area doing that. So and I'd say that's insane. A cut only lasts a week or two now. Well, I feel like that's a rip off or not. I mean, y'all have to decide that. I get that people got to make a living nowadays, so I feel it. So
let's do like a little business idea thing. So let's break down the mobile barber thing, because I know there's guys out there that are doing it, but not really in our area. Not in our area. So I got a 2019 Ram High Roof ProMaster. The thing's huge. You can fit several people in the back. Let's say you decked out the back, you made it cool, hip, you got a little sound system in the back, you got some dope lights, some cool like background area, you get your ring lights and stuff like that. Let's say you charge 50, as long as it's within a 30 to 45 minute drive, you charge 50. And let's say you could probably have it like lined up. The thing where it gets scalable is like, you wouldn't actually eventually at the end, you wouldn't want to be the guy cutting hair.
They would got cutting hair.
So what you would do is you would create the brand, the business model, you grow your social media, blow up on social media, have a really good internet presence, have good reviews and everything, and you send out these vans and you give it like a cool wrap, right? Like a dope. The van's like tricked out, like it's got like a dope paint job and stuff. It's got your Instagram QR code and all this other dope stuff on there. And people can franchise. They can buy the franchise, like a franchise from you, and they can do their own vans, or they can just rent a van from you. And because a lot of these dudes out here cutting hair can't get approved for a vehicle.
No,
like
probably not. Yeah, because they don't. Most of them record their income.
they're not going to have good credit. They're not going to record their income, different things like that. So you can, let's say, for example, the van costs you $400 a month, right? And then let's say after all expenses, tricking it out and everything, equipment, fully decked, they can lease it from you for $700 a month. So that means they would only need to cut, let's say, let's say $35 a cut they do, times 2 cuts in a day. That's $70 a day times 10. So they make their investment with you back in 10 days. If they cut hair for 20 days, they make $700 a month. If they cut hair for 30 for the whole month, they make $1,400 just cutting hair. But that's with only 2 haircuts a day.
Yeah, now say you're doing 5 or so.
Now we're talking like 3,000, 4,000. But the thing is, you just charge a flat rate.
Yeah.
What you could do as well with this is you could charge $700 plus 10% of profit. So $700. Let's say you got 10 vans on the road. You're only paying $300. Let's say you're only paying $400 for the van and all the expenses. So your net profit is $300 per van before you take in your revenue share. So $300 times 10 vans on the road, that's $3,000 just from the van cost and the franchising. And then 10% of profit. So let's say that each person profits after their van expense at least $3,000 in the month. So you take another 10% revenue share. So that's 10 vans that you're getting a 10% revenue share on $3,000 after the van cost. So that's another $3,000. So that's $6,000 off of 10 vans.
Crazy.
Let's say you go from Huntsville, you got 10 vans rolling, and then let's say you go to Atlanta, you get 20. So now you got 6,000 times 3 now. So that's 18 grand.
Yeah, 18
right?
grand. Yeah.
At this point, that's over 180 a year. So now what you do is, instead of an LLC, you do an S corporation, and that way you don't have to pay self-employment tax on all of your income, and you also don't have to pay as much in Social Security and FICA, like Medicare and stuff like that. So you'll be saving 15 to 20% by going into an S corp. And while we're just riding and I'm talking, we got time, is one of the benefits of going into an S corp from an LLC is you get to pay yourself a reasonable salary. You want to be able to make at least 50 to 60K, in my opinion, before you pay yourself a reasonable salary, or the IRS is going to audit you. Depending on where you're at, you can actually get away with paying yourself like $25,000. So if you're making 50, you can get away with doing an S corp. And like I said, the reason for that is you pay less taxes in an S corp. You can pay like 15 to 20% less taxes. And it only costs like $200 or $300 to go from an LLC to an S corp with a good tax attorney. So yeah, I just gave y'all a little mess around business plan on how to scale a mobile barbershop.
Yeah,
it sounded pretty solid.
It sounded pretty solid.
Shoot some holes in it for me.
Yeah.
What would be like if you were pitching this? And you were gonna fund this person? What would be some holes you would shoot in it? Hey man, I need a loan for 10 grand. I'm starting a mobile barbershop business. I'm gonna franchise it out to barbers in the area, so that way they don't only got to rely on foot traffic to their store.
You want me to do that?
Yeah, poke some holes in it.
Okay.
What are some flaws you could see in it?
Okay, so flaws of that business. Well, how you know they're gonna make that much money in a month to cover you? That'd be the one thing.
Yeah.
Because it's all like clientele based. So how you know what would be your response to that? Like, okay, how you know that your barber's gonna have no clientele unless you gonna vet them?
Sure. So what we would do is we would build our online presence first.
Okay.
We would have at least 1,000 website visits a week.
Okay.
Minimum before we start franchising out.
Okay.
The goal would be to convert at least 10% of that 1,000 into clients. So that's at least 100 cuts a week. That's the goal. And then what we do is we collect emails. We do email campaigns. We do a bunch of marketing, haircut tips, kind of make it like cool and interactive, like Q&As, polls, and we build a really good online social media presence.
Okay.
And we kind of just become like known as like the mobile barber. And eventually, if you do it right, you can actually get it to where people don't even want to go to the barber shop. They just hit you up, right? And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to create that relationship, kind of that bond, because a lot of people go to their barber because that's their boy, you know?
That's what it is, yeah.
So you're going to want to create that relationship, and you're only going to want to work with people and have your franchise with people that are personable and have good relationship skills. So to answer your question, how would I make sure that they're getting the numbers for it to be profitable? So we said that 5 cuts a day would generate that number that
make them profit and make sure they cover us.
Right. Yeah. That at 10 vans, that would get us about $6K a month. At 5 cuts a day per van. 5 cuts. So let's say each cut takes what, 30 minutes?
30 minutes probably, not 1 hour 30.
So that means they would do about 3 hours of work, right? Give or take.
Give or take 3 hours of work.
3 hours of work. So that means that all they got to do is cut hair for 3 hours to hit that profit goal, and you make that 6K on 10 vans.
Oh my God.
So 3 hours. Let's say you got somebody out there, because I know barbers that'll cut hair for 12 hours. So let's say you got someone out there that's lazy and only cuts for 1 hour, but then you got another guy out there that cuts for 12 hours. What you would do is you would set minimums. You have to cut at least this many in a week. I don't care if you take a couple of days off, but you better make up for it the next day. So we need a minimum. So 5 days. 5 cuts a day would make it profitable. So we just multiply that, 5 cuts times 5 days in a work week. That's 25 cuts a week. We just need 25 cuts from you a week.
Yeah.
You can do 10 Monday, 0 Tuesday and Wednesday, and do 15 Thursday, and then take the rest of the time out. As long as you're getting your 25 cuts, we good.
So that's like building honestly, that's actually, he's actually right, like that, because like somebody does that, well, not mobile, but what is it, sports clips, their franchise thing, and they're everywhere, and it's sports clips, they're in malls everywhere, like
mobile clips.
Mobile clips. That's all you really gotta do. Cause like I think they don't even with that stuff, I don't think they keep all the money either. I think they give a cut to the sports clips or whatever, and all they do is just get barbers coming there, and then what you're coming into is an already established brand and everything like that. You already got to work. You don't got to worry about clientele coming in, because they're gonna come in off the name sports clips. So with that being, like you said, all you got to do is just make sure your social media presence is up there enough to make people want to buy into it, buy into the program.
That's a good point.
That's all that matters. Like the main thing is gonna be, well, if you are like thinking about it, it's an idea right here. Y'all can really run this up if y'all wanted to do this. But the main thing would be just making sure your social media presence is there, because that's going to make the barbers buy in.
You're going to want to generate leads.
Yeah, you want to generate leads. Yeah.
So this is kind of B2B and B2C at the same time. B2C, because what I would do is I would do packages, right? I would have a package for people who aren't looking to be entrepreneurs like barbers, and I just pay them hourly, like a good rate, like $20, $23 an hour, something like that. And then I would have it to where they can buy in and eventually get their own brand and franchise.
Yep. And they get their own set of vans and stuff like that, and
so there'd be like bronze, silver, and gold. Bronze, you're hourly. Silver, you're still under our name, and it's a revenue sharing plan. And then gold, you start off on your own, and you're a partnership, and you got your own thing going, and then you get vans, and you got people on the road for you.
And then you just basically paying us for like brand rights and stuff like that. So you have to use our wraps and stuff like that.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's honestly dope. See, we just gotta see, that's how quick you come up with a business plan. Like most businesses that you think are not scalable, sometimes it might be a way to get through with it. Like
most businesses are scalable.
Yeah, because we just talked about barbering. Like I was thinking earlier, like I don't know, can you scale it? He just said, yeah, you can do a mobile thing. Like it's a lot of ways. Don't even go on the barbershop route.
Think about it like this: if all else fails and it don't work out, bro, just put that van on Turo.
Put that van on Turo. Yep.
Yeah. So let's think of some more. Let's break this down a little bit more now that we got time. So mobile barber, let's see. The biggest thing would be leads.
Yeah.
So you're going to want good advertising. You're going to want a ton of leads.
Ton of leads.
You're going to want somebody working the phone.
You're going to need a lot of take a lot of photos. Make sure you got that on point on social media, because like I said, people are visual people nowadays. So you want to make sure that you cut some clean cuts.
Yeah.
To make sure they want to do it. It's like I said, it's trust based too. So you gotta get some referrals. You need some testimonials from clients and stuff like that. So like I said, I think the main thing, like I said, gonna be social media with that. And then, yeah, cause like, who's it starting it from ground up? First thing you got to do is you're gonna have to start getting, like I said, leads gonna be your main thing.
Leads.
Like you said, you go ahead and you go ahead. And,
Oh, sure, yeah. Well, I was just gonna say, you know, you're gonna want to spend. You're gonna want to have an ad budget, so you're gonna need to bring in leads. Read $100 Million Leads by Alex Hormozi.
Mhm.
Excellent book that talks about lead generation. And then after that, read 100. Actually, sorry. First, read $100 Million Offers, because you need an offer.
Yeah.
Then read $100 Million Leads.
Yeah.
Leads, it talks about the marketing, but you got to have an offer. Obviously, your offer is your haircut, but he talks about how to add value and a lot of other stuff in the offer book.
Uh-huh.
So with the marketing, you're going to want to drive people to your website and your social media. You're going to want to be able to convert website visitors and social media page visitors into clients.
Mhm.
So you're going to need a call to action.
Yeah.
So book now, or maybe you could even do a membership,
Mm-hmm.
like a cut membership. Like,
I don't think nobody doing that. That might be actually
get this, bro.
fire.
I created one with my barber, and I actually saved money, bro.
Oh snap, for real.
So back before I cut my own hair, I had a Cash App membership with my barber. I was like, hey, bro, how about I pay you $45 a month for 2 cuts? Right?
Yeah.
And then because it was recurring.
Yeah.
And he was cool with it because it was predictable recurring revenue.
Mhm.
Pretty much he was giving me a discount for me subscribing with him.
Mm-hmm.
So think about it like this. You got 100 clients paying you $45 a month. That's 100. That's $4,500.
Yeah, he should put y'all on. Right.
So mobile reoccurring revenue barbershop. Bro, you got to run with this, bro. That's you. That's you.
Yeah. Or even if you in a shop
That's
doing
you,
that.
bro. I'll invest
Even
with
if
you. Let's do it.
Yeah. I was saying, bro, even if y'all in the shop doing this, imagine y'all selling memberships in the
Yeah.
shop. Man, you gonna be making money than all the other barbers.
And honestly, bro, you could. Oh, here we finna run with it.
Yeah.
So this could also be B2B.
Yeah.
Because you could sell this package to existing barbershops. Hey, bro, I see it's a little dry in here, man. Of course, in a nicer way.
Yeah.
You know, shoot the stuff with them. Maybe get a cut from them. Shoot
Yeah.
the stuff.
Yeah.
Get on the barber's good side. Hey,
Yeah.
bro, you own this place? Yeah, man, I own this place 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you about how to get some more traffic. You
Yeah.
ever heard of mobile barbering?
Uh-huh.
Because I seen you only had a few people come in here, man. Like,
Yeah.
And think about it like this: you post up in a dope area, like on a busy street corner, maybe around some food truck areas. stuff
That'd
like
be
that.
fire. Yeah,
You're
post
out
up
there
right
cutting
there.
hair.
You
You
got
got some
that-
dope music going.
Yeah.
You got like everyone's chilling, hanging out.
Yeah.
You got some spike ball maybe in the field going. Maybe you post up near a basketball court.
Yeah.
Everybody's shooting, hanging out. You do like some YouTube reels and some Instagram clips.
Yeah.
Where it's like you smiling, cutting the hair.
Yeah.
It switches over real quick to like one of your clients like jumping up, dunking the ball, shooting a 3.
Yeah.
Beat drops.
Yeah.
Like you give a little reel like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm Rasheed Jackson and I'm the owner of Mobile Barber in here in Huntsville, Alabama.
Yeah.
We offer, your offer could be like, we offer unlimited cuts for $50 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
Unlimited cut.
unlimited
Oh, yeah,
cuts, $50 a month.
Yeah.
Because ain't nobody gonna get their haircut more than a couple times a month.
Facts.
You gonna
That's the finesse.
Probably
right there.
not. They're
Yeah.
probably only going to
Twice.
do it once or twice a month.
Yeah.
So the thing, it's a volume game. It's okay if, Jim from down the street does $50 a cut, but he's only getting a couple clients a day. If you're doing $50 a month unlimited cuts, that's an irresistible offer. You'll learn about that in $100 million offers.
Mm-hmm.
You got to give them an offer that's so sweet that they can't resist it.
Nah,
and here's where it gets sweet. You get them in with the hook.
Yeah.
Your hook is the $50 a month unlimited cuts. You make your cuts fire.
Yeah.
You watch every freaking YouTube video on how to cut hair.
Oh, you get fired.
You make your cuts so fire, bro. You need to be the man for $50 a month.
Mhm.
And then what you do is you go and you upsell.
Mm-hmm.
So you do other things that once they sort it over. So once you get them in the van, bro, you got freaking a beer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
yeah.
you got a beer.
Oh yeah, you sell
Of
some
course, you
wine.
offer a free one.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you're in there shooting the shit and somebody's chilling there with you for an hour, the second one's only $5, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You got other stuff in there too. Like you can even sell products, like
Hair
you
products.
You can do a whole bunch of hair products. You can do merch, like t-shirts and shit, hoodies.
Mm-hmm.
So the goal is you would want to actually get at least $25 to $70. An additional $25 to $50 a month per client.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're getting them in the door with the $50 a month for the unlimited cuts, maybe you could sell each client a piece of gear or a piece of merch, or maybe through selling them some like snacks or something, or maybe you could give them you could have a partnership with a local food truck.
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, hey, for every sale I bring y'all got to give me 20% because I'm bringing in all this traffic to this little area.
Yeah.
And then let's say 50% of your customers that day buy some tacos, and they spend $15 on tacos. At 20 customers, well, that's 20 times 15. That's $150. That's $300 that food truck made. Well, you get 20% of sales, so 20% of $300, that's $60 you just made on that day. You feel me? There's so many ways, bro.
There's so many ways.
There's something called the average lifetime value per customer, LTV, lifetime value. $50 a month is what the amateur would stick with, but that would be your lifetime value if you didn't make any money outside of your membership. But what you also want to do is you want to increase that lifetime value up. So throw in some extra stuff. Get that lifetime value to $75 per customer. So.
Oh yeah, that's good.
That's something right
That's
there.
solid. That's solid. Some of y'all can run with that.
All you really need is a van. You're not no old creepy van.
No,
it needs to be dope.
Need to be very dope, man.
You know, guys, maybe 25 on it. You know, 20 to 25 on it. And then do it in your business name. You can maybe spend $3,000 to $4,000 making it look cool. Really not a whole lot after that. Your main clients could honestly be other barbershops.
Yeah, that's what you want to target, those to get those people working with you and get them on the road too. Cause that'll be smooth. And also, like I said, do the membership. That'll be fire though. The memberships are gonna really sell.
Memberships.
Yeah. $50 unlimited cuts. That's an unbeatable deal.
That's irresistible.
And then, like you say, you gotta think about it. Like you'll make of course you probably have that one person that come a lot.
That's fine.
That's fine. But most people are gonna come once or twice.
Yeah,
so that's gonna make up for everything right there.
Think about it like this: the guy that comes all the time, you're gonna try to get him on your upsells.
Yeah, you upsell him. Yeah,
you upsell him on gear, merch. You have a whole bunch of other stuff that you can sell this dude.
Let's do another one. We'll probably do one more for you. Let's say you want to start something with reselling. Like you want to start a store.
Okay.
But we could do any store. We could do game store or like just stuff like where you
reselling.
Get reselling. Say you want to start like open a shop that you sell the stuff.
All right. So I would say
first thing gonna be inventory.
Yeah, inventory. So I would say you don't want to do a brick and mortar yourself.
Yeah.
Because that's going to cost a lot of money for yourself.
So online probably.
Online, yeah.
Online store.
If you got a garage or something, you can use that.
Okay.
You're going to want to...
Well, let's take it online then, probably.
Yeah, you're going to want to have a system.
Okay.
So let's think here.
Because sourcing your inventory is going to be the main thing. It's either A, are you going to be upfront sourcing it? Going out there trying to go to yard sales and stuff like that to find stuff to source, or like going in like stores trying to find it, or if you want to move to where it's passive, it's a way to do that too. But okay, so if it was me, but I want to start like a online, let's say we do online just like reselling, and we want to really scale up. Okay, we'll start with no capital.
Okay.
$100.
Yeah, sure.
$100, we'll do it. So first thing I say, yeah, you got to be hands-on first. You got to hit the stores. I say depending on what you want to sell, like if you want to sell one product or a lot of products. So I'd say we're doing the eBay store. First thing I would do, I'll go to yard sales for sure, try to walk down, need negotiation skills. You got to walk them down a couple.
So Gary Vee be doing, right?
Gary Vee, so you go hit some Gary Vee stuff. Go watch all Gary Vee videos, go figure out what he do that exact same thing. So we're going to get a lot of products and all that stuff first. You're going to need a place to store, so you're going to probably, if you got a garage or something that helps, then what you got to do is after that, let's say we start with $100. Say we can get a couple good sales here and there. We can make our $100 back. But see, the jump is going to be how we go from $100 to like a couple thousand.
I would say, honestly, you need to have employees.
Yeah, because that's going to be the thing, because we can make a couple hundred back, but we ain't going to be able to go from a big jump from 100 to like 5,000 a month or something like that with that low of a starting budget. Because the main thing is, you got to have employees. So maybe let's say we take $100, we get a couple good sales here and there. Maybe we cash off for 20, we can resell it for 40 or 50, $50 profit. So now it's gonna take a little bit to scale that. But once you get to the point of where it's kind of, at least you got $500 to $1,000, then maybe you can start buying stuff in bulk. I think that's gonna be the main thing, like going online and buying a whole bunch of product and trying to sell it. Because if you want to make $10,000 a month doing it, how would you do that?
Going online, I would say find high ticket items.
Things
like shoes. What you should do is you should have a parent company, and then you should have segments, right? So you have multiple niches, but each niche needs to be on its own. So you need to have like a trading card niche.
Yep.
You need to have a shoe niche. And what you need to do is you need to hire people for commission only.
Yeah.
So you need to, let's say you have an acquisition guy for each company. So one guy that his thing is he goes out and he finds low price trading cards, whether that be online a few hours a day, or maybe in person a few hours a day. But his goal is to find as many
low price trading cards,
right? So that's the trading card segment. Then you're gonna have a shoe segment. His goal is to like hit all the drops, do all the StockX stuff. So you're really just gonna need to have like 3 niches. So say trading cards, shoes, and then number 3 could be, I don't know,
tech maybe. No, tech's kind of broad.
Let's just do those 2 for now.
Okay, so we say we're doing 2.
So trading cards,
shoes,
So I mean, it really just depends on the volume.
And if you got a good sales guy that's gonna be sourcing a lot of product. If he's gonna be sourcing a lot
commission only. Let's say you give him 25% of every sale. So I really don't know the market like that. So like, I know you can sell like shoes and trading cards for thousands. But I don't know the frequency of how often
those sales occur. So it's one of those things. But I mean, they occur pretty. I mean, you even got websites for like people that sell just trading card stuff. People buy that stuff a lot.
Really?
Yeah, people in Huntsville do that a lot.
Really? So like, it'd be a volume thing.
But it's doable, I will say.
Oh, collectibles can be our third. So like toys and shit.
And stuff, collector's editions and stuff like that.
Beanie Babies, all that kind of stuff.
So you'll need 3 people. You'll need a sales guy in each department, commission only him, and make him 25% on every sale that he makes. If you get him to actually work and source a lot of product, you can make a lot of money. But the only problem with this business is sitting on product, because you don't want, the longer you sit, the more money you're losing. The longer it's sitting. So you want to make sure you can sell high ticket stuff then. But you have to show him how to do that. You got to sell hot stuff that has a high ROI but sells quick. So you got to teach him how to do that and all that. But it's doable though. It's definitely doable. I mean, you probably could start it. You probably need a little bit more than 100 though if you want to scale up. I say you give me 2,000. I probably
2,000.
Yeah. You give me 2,000. Now, if I got 2,000 straight up to start with, I probably could scale it.
What do you think about your shoes that you bought the other day? What'd you buy them for? $7?
$7.
You sold them for 40.
40.
Okay, so let's say you did that 10 times a week. How much would you say? 7 to 40?
So that's 35, maybe.
35.
Walk away. 35, 34.
So let's say
35.
Let's say you got four dudes, 4 college kids or whatever, commission only 25%.
Yeah.
Let's say each one of them does that. You know, 10 of those. In a week. That's 350.
Okay. Now we talking. Okay.
That's 350 times 10. That's 3,500. You got to give them 25%. So 25% of your 3,500 gross profit, your revenue is that's 3,500. 25% of 3,500 is 250 times 3. That's like what, 9? That's like 850.
850 somewhere in there.
So 850 minus 3,500. Let's just say 2,500 just to call it.
Yeah.
That's 2,500 a week times 4. There's your 10 grand.
There's your 10 grand right there
in a month.
That's doable. Like I said, you gotta get out there and source some stuff. That's the main thing. Just make sure you got inventory and all that. But like I said, it's doable. People do that. Honestly, people do that. Like, honestly, what I want to tell y'all is like how we just discussed like these 2 business ventures. that's how easy it is to start something. You just got to do it and execute it. That's gonna be the main thing.
Yeah.
Do it and execute and like staying focused on that. But it's doable.
Yeah.
Of course, it's gonna be a little harder if you're actually gonna be doing it. But at the same time, that's how easy it is to start a business. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not really hard to do. I want to tell y'all that now.
I will say for the mobile barber thing, another little income generator idea is have a course. So they buy the franchise for $700 a month financing, or they can just buy it flat out. I don't know, just call it like the van plus the franchise cost. Let's say $25,000 for the van, $5,000 for like get decked out, and then another $10,000 for the franchise. So that's $35K. They can buy that flat out, and you make like a I don't know $12K profit or whatever. But once they're in the ecosystem, right, the business, there's a $500 course. How to scale your barber business, right? And there's all these courses. There's all these mastermind. There's a elite barber group in the business that's like an extra $100 a month. So you take your lifetime B2B customer value from $700 a month to I don't know $1,000 a month once you take in all the courses, all the coaching you offer, all the there maybe you offer like better clippers, right? Like there's different tiers to each grade. Like, the bottom tier of this, you get like some pretty good clippers or whatever. But if they want to go for the best clippers or whatever, and you just make it really nice, then they'll be paying a little bit more.
Yeah, a little bit more. Yeah,
Facts.
Yeah, there's ways to do that. Like I said, I think the main thing to take away, like if we catch a barber watching this video, I say do memberships. I say y'all can do memberships regardless. Y'all will probably come out making more money because you just have some recurring revenue. And then like you could like just shoot that to your clients that come through recurrently and just be like, hey, instead of y'all just paying me every time, let's do a membership. Every month, it's unlimited cuts and all that. Say you got 10 people paying $50. Oh my God, 10 people paying $50 a month. Shoot.
Yeah, that's
$500 a month off the rip.
Yeah. What do you think, man? You want to do it?
Shoot.
I got the van.
Shoot, we could.
What's up? You trying to quit the serving job and do it?
Yeah, you gotta be out there. Yeah, I'm down. I'm down.
I mean,
yeah, I gotta.
How about this? I'll provide the van. You provide the money to get it like looking cool in the back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's do it.
And I'll partner with you.
Because honestly, we could franchise that and have it all around the United States. Really, eventually have it all around the United States.
Yeah, and then it's a disruptor because it's gonna make the brick and mortar barbershop go out of business.
Yeah, because like we pull up to your house. We pull up to your house. Yeah. We're gonna be parked.
There's one right there.
Yeah, a van like that. Okay, nobody show you.
Yeah, we would just trick it out and give it a cool wrap.
Yep, something like that.
Got sound system playing the hottest tones, the newest stuff.
Yeah. That's all you gotta do.
And then we could even do some celebrity franchise, like some deals. So like, hey, we just cut Lil Baby's hair.
Yeah.
Like, for like, of course, pay him like $50K.
Yeah.
$100K.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, you gotta pay him some good stuff.
Yeah, but of course we put that on Instagram, and we just pay Lil Baby to be like, y'all still going to the barbershop?
Yeah.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't got time for that. Come here.
Yeah, and we like market it to people that don't have time to drive 20 minutes and sit in the barbershop for an hour and listen to old man stories.
But I would say you probably could even charge more for that if you're going to their house.
If you go into their house, so it's like,
can you charge by like mileage or something, maybe?
You can maybe like have different memberships. So it's like $50 for the basic, where you come to us.
Yeah, you come to us.
And like the reason why you would do that is speed.
Speed, yeah.
Or you do like $75 a month for mobile anywhere, up to an hour.
Up to an hour, yeah.
And that $25 will cover gas, even though it's not going to cost $25 to drive an hour.
Facts.
So.
Yeah, it's definitely scalable, guys. So we gave y'all some ideas, and we talked about a lot of stuff, man. So y'all gotta just take all this in. Maybe, hopefully, it get y'all brain a little sparked up and warmed up. Cause that's showing you how easy like business ideas can be thought of.
Yeah.
Like that. I want to see none of y'all steal that idea though.
Yeah, cause we're gonna do it.
We're gonna do it.
Hey, and if you want to do it, talk to us. We'll partner with you.
We'll partner with you.
Yeah. JV.
But shoot. All right, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. If y'all did, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, follow us on Spotify, all that good kind of stuff. Check my Instagram out, Ski. Check out my barber page, Cuts by Ski on IG.
Yes, sir. That's lit.
Yeah, any stuff you want to tap in with?
Yeah. Just go follow me on Instagram, XANDERKIRK136. And then Facebook, it's just my name, Christian Kirkley. And then my Facebook business page, newhorizonscredit.net. If y'all are listening and y'all are interested in partnering in a real estate deal, or you just want to learn more about real estate, I invest in rental real estate as well. My business for that is Kirk Capital LLC. You can find us on Facebook as well. And for beacons, if you just want to keep up with me on all my social media and subscribe to my newsletter, go to chriskirk.org, and that'll take you to my beacons page.
All right, y'all. We're going to get up out of here. Y'all be safe. Peace.